Well, I have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. It's forced upon me. I can't refuse it. I didn't seek it. I didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but our eternities are wrapped up in it. And I'm grateful for this minute, this moment, this opportunity to have you as part of my friends and my network as we celebrate this beautiful day that the Lord made. And I am excited about it. I am Dr. Willie Jolley. I want to welcome you to the Jolly Good News Report. And I want to thank you for joining me today. And I want to encourage you to do a couple things. Share this, like it, start a watch party. So hit it there right now. Start a watch party, share it and like it, and subscribe to this channel wherever you're watching this. And I want to thank you. And I want to thank all of you who've been telling your friends and your family members about this program that is designed and dedicated for good news. In a time of bad news, sad news, depressing news, news that is making people despondent, nothing but bad news, I decided it's time for some good news, because good news is good for your spirit. Good news is good for your soul. Good news is good for your mind. It makes you excited about life. It gives you enthusiasm and helps you to do more, be more, and achieve more. In fact, we're going to talk about it in more depth today. So welcome to the Jolly Good News Report. And every week, I talk about a couple things that you need to know about that will bless you, that will encourage you, that will inspire you. And so one thing I'm excited about is many people who have started to watch my wife and I every Monday night at 9 o'clock Eastern time on the Jolly marriage show, the Happily Married Mondays with the Jollies marriage show. And they are excited because they read the book, or they are getting the book, or heard about the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. They say, well, we want to have a great marriage. Y'all have been married for going on 36 years. Heard you haven't had an argument in 33 years. Is it true? Yes, it is. And how is it that you are able to stay married and not argue? We argue all the time. That's what we've been hearing people say. They argue all the time. I said, we don't argue. And the reason is because we got some wise mentorship from some wise mentors who helped us stop arguing and get to loving. That would mean we always agree? No, we don't always agree, but we don't argue. And that is because we learned some principles that helped us go from arguing to loving. Do you want that in your relationship? Do you want to get past the arguing? Do you want to have some tools and techniques and strategies that will help you, some principles that you can build your marriage success and happiness and peace? Oh, you need some peace. Well, we're excited that we're going to have our virtual marriage event, a seminar next Saturday, the 21st of November at 12:15 to 3:30. And it is only a pittance of a registration fee, because we want to make sure we get people in who we can help. So it's $49 for any registration, whether you're single or married. There's just one registration fee, no extra fee. If you're married, it's $49, and you get a $25 downloadable, writable workbook. That's a $25 value, a downloadable, writable workbook as part of your registration. So do it now. Just go to jollymarriage.com/escape. It's a couples escape. So it's jollymarriage.com/escape, ESCAPE, and register right now. Also want to invite you to listen to my XM show today. It's going to bless you. My guest is Janna Stanfield, the great songwriter, musician who became a speaker and started speaking all over the globe, and then became a philanthropist. She's helping people globally with programs and exercises and events. It was such a blessing to have her. I love one of the lyrics. I even had to put it on my wall. You can't do all the good that the world needs. You cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good you can do. Woo, I love that. You cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that you can do. I love her song, What Would You Do If You Were Brave? What would you do if you were brave? I love that song. So you're going to be able to hear me interview her. Oh, she tells a story about a little girl in Southeast Asia. And when she tells this story, she cries about the impact it had on her after they saw the movie Harriet, about Harriet Tubman. Fantastic interview. You want to hear this interview today at 4 o'clock on channel 141, Sirius XM channel 141. It'll re-air Tuesday at 6 and Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Make that a point to listen. And for those who just heard me interview Steve Case last week, it is now going to podcast on iHeartRadio, C-Suite Radio, TuneIn, Spotify, Stitcher, and Apple Podcasts. My XM shows are there at XM for a week, and then they go on to the podcast, so you can access it if you don't have XM. Okay, very good. Now, next thing I want to talk to you about is make sure you listen to me every morning on Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell at 8:20 Eastern time on the Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell radio show on Radio 1 Network, 7:20 Central Time. But if you don't have access to that, or that's not working for your schedule, you can simply just go to winwithwillie.com, winwithwillie.com, and sign up for my newsletter, and we will send you a video version of the daily message free. We'll send it to you free. And if you're on a friend of mine on LinkedIn, you'll get it. If it's Facebook or YouTube or everywhere. We're trying to just do it. Instagram, we're trying to do it everywhere because we have set a goal that our mission statement is to inspire and motivate a generation to rise above their circumstances and maximize their God-given ability. We will do that any and everywhere we can through every mode and operation that we can think of to reach you. So we're trying to do that, and we hope you're enjoying it. Last but not least, please go to jollygoodnews.org. That's the site that came as part of the doctoral program when I got my doctorate in ministry. I said, I'm going to start a site to minister, to empower and inspire, to give people faith-based lessons and messages as part of what I am sent here to do. So go to jollygoodnews.org, see what we've got there to offer. And if you want to be a partner with us there, we would appreciate it. Every week, I also give you the stat of the week, the coronavirus stat of the week. Now, if you're watching the regular news, this is jolly good news, but if you're regular news, then you're told how many people got infected, how many people died. Not here. We only have one stat only, how many people recovered at our home with their families. And this week, the latest number, 38 million people are home recovering with their families. So we want to give a shout out. Send me some love. Send me some claps. Send me some hearts. Send everything up that say, yay. Do that right now. Remember, start a watch party, like, share, and tell your friends to tune in right here every Saturday morning, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Now, next thing I want to talk about is bad news. Bad news is, as I said, is not good for your spirit. Nobody likes bad news. And those who do, they got a problem, okay? We want to have good news. And I thought about the fact that there was a wonderful Broadway play and went on to become a movie called The Wiz. And it was a adaptation of The Wizard of Oz. And there is the evil witch of the movie and her evil little helpers, the Winkies. Her name was Eveline, and they were the Winkies. And Eveline, in the movie version, sang a song. You might want to go online and look at the video. It's called Don't Nobody Bring Me No Bad News. Here are the lyrics. When I wake up in the afternoon, which it pleases me to do, don't nobody bring me no bad news, because I wake up already negative and I'm wired up my fuse. So don't nobody bring me no bad news. If you're going to my buddies, because better bone up on the rules, because don't nobody bring me no bad news. You can do the best of friends you can do and be the best of friends as opposed to paying dues. But don't nobody bring me no bad news. No bad news. No bad news. Don't you ever bring me no bad news, because I'll make you an offer, child, that you cannot refuse. So don't nobody bring me no bad news. Now, when you're talking to me, don't be crying the blues, because don't nobody bring me no bad news. You can verbalize and vocalize, but you just cannot bring me the clues. Just don't bring me no bad news. Bring some message in your head. Anything you want, but something you can't lose. But don't you ever bring me no bad news. If you're going to bring me something I can use. But don't you bring me no bad news. No bad news. No bad news. Don't you ever bring me no bad news, because I'm making you an offer, child, that you cannot refuse. So don't you bring me no bad news. Nobody wants bad news. It's depressing, discouraging. That's why I started Jolly Good News. And every week I try and give you a lesson from one of my books about the focus that we're talking about today. And that is about positive versus negative information. And this from my book, It Only Takes a Minute to Change Your Life, page 61. To become a success, you must be careful what you allow to enter your mind. That lady said she didn't want no bad news, because your mind is like a garden. It will grow whatever is planted. If you plant positive, it will grow positive. And if you plant negative, you will grow negative. If you plant corn, it will grow corn. But if you plant poison mushrooms, then they too will grow. In fact, weeds and other undesirable plants tend to grow quicker. Bad, negative, poisonous plants tend to grow quicker and tend to choke and overtake the other plants. That is why you must be careful what you allow to enter into your mind, because it will grow. As you sow, so shall you reap. You think about nothing, and you will do nothing. Think about great things, and you will do great things. Think positive, and you will grow positive. Think negative, and you will grow negative. So you must be careful what you allow your mind to get. Don't bring bad news. I don't want it through my ears, through my eyes, and I don't want it to get into my heart or my mind. So no bad news, only good news, positive news, because I'm on my way to do great, positive, impactful things. Bring me good news, no bad news. How you like that? All right. So I am excited about this whole concept. But what does the Bible say about that? Because see, the Bible talks about bad news too. In Psalm 112, 7th verse, it says, he will not be afraid of the even tidings, because his heart is steadfast. He will keep trusting in the Lord. And the way he does that is he doesn't allow the bad tidings to keep overwhelming him. Here's what the Message version says. You've got to be unfazed and stay away from rumor and gossip. You have to keep your heart ready, keep trusting in God, your spirit firm and unperturbed, and you will succeed. You have greater success if you leave the bad news alone. That's why I make it a point not to dwell on a lot of the negative information I see on social media. Nope, not doing it, not accepting it, not dealing with it. And sometimes I just don't even read it. I see the title, not here. I don't talk to people. I don't want to hear gossip. I don't want to hear everybody who's doing what's wrong. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear all the bad news, because it has an impact on your spirit, on your mind, on your soul. So I don't want anything in my ear gates, eye gates, or heart gate to disrupt me from the work that I'm here to do. And I want to encourage you to have that same kind of mindset, that you have a mindset that you're about the business of making an impact, making a difference. Look, impact creates income. A difference makes a difference not only for that person, but for you. Because if you spray some perfume on somebody else, you can't help but get a little bit on yourself. So you want to make an impact on them. And in doing so, you'll make an impact on your life and your future. That is why you want to stay focused on good news. So what do? You need to set up a system. I was doing a radio interview, and the gentleman said, well, how do you keep all the bad news from impacting you? And how do you change your life quickly? He said, you wrote a book. It only takes a minute to change your life. Well, how do you change your life in a minute? And I told him, I said, here's how you do it. See, you don't dwell on the minute. You dwell on what you do in the minute. See, the minute, the moment that you change your thinking, make a decision, and move in that new direction, the minute you change your life. Oh, you might not reach your destination in a minute, but you certainly can change your thinking and change your action in a minute. And when you do, you will change your life. And that is why I'm encouraging you to do what I had to learn to do. Change my thinking in the minute that I was going the wrong way. I made the decision that before I speak, I think. Before I react, I want to respond. What's the difference? Well, react is negative. Respond is positive. And that is a decision that I have chosen that I will make. And I want to encourage you. You say, what's the difference? Well, you take some medication and you have a reaction, you know it's negative. But if you took some medication and you responded, you know it's positive. So when things happen in your life, you must not panic. You must not fall apart, and you must not make rash decisions. You must think, even if it's in that minute, what should I do here? Think about it for a moment. Get a breath. Think through. I'm not going to react. I'm going to respond. Somebody says something to you that you don't like. You don't have to react and go off and cuss them out. You don't have to do that. That is reacting. Responding. Nope. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to think through this so that I make a positive, wise decision as to how I respond to that activity or that action. So what is it that you have to do to make a wonderfully successful day? Here are the things that I do, and I have learned others who consistently win, they do. They start off their day with the pure, the powerful, and positive. You start off your day with something good, something uplifting. Statistics show that people who start off by reading or listening to something positive in the first 20 minutes of the day have over 40% a greater achievement than those who don't. So those who start off with reading or listening to something positive every day have over 40% greater achievement than those who don't. Why is that so? Well, you woke up today and it was cold and clammy and wet and dreary. What does your body want to do? Your body wants to stay in bed. But if you woke up and the sun was shining, the birds were singing, it's a beautiful, glorious day. You don't want to miss any of that day, so you get up and get busy. Same is true for your psyche. If you wake up and you hear how many people got killed, how many fires there were, how many little children got snatched, how bad the economy is, oh, woe is me, it will make an impact on your thinking. And you won't be as excited about getting up and going. But if you woke up and heard one of my motivational 1-minute messages, like this one that people like, it will have an impact that you'll get busy. This one is one positive. Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. And those must run faster than the fastest lion, or it will be killed and eaten. Also, every morning in Africa, a lion wakes up. And those must outrun the slowest gazelle, and it will starve to death. It does not matter whether you are a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be running. You better be running. And I'm encouraging you to start off every morning with something, the pure, the powerful, excuse me, the positive, because it will have an impact on your activity and ultimately on your achievement. That is why we started doing many years ago these 1-minute morning messages. 1 minute, because people are busy. They got places to go, people to see, things to do. And I realized at a time of phone loans, microwave oven cooking, instant rice. People needed motivation quickly. And so I started doing 1 minute motivational messages on a little AM station, and it caught on. And then the big FM station picked it up. And then the bigger FM station picked it up. And the number one station in Washington, D.C. picked it up. Then the TV station in the D.C. area picked it up. And then it's now syndicated on the number one African-American network in America every day, because I decided to give people something short, fast, and quick that will lift their spirits and give them information, inspiration, entertainment, and education. And so, Wake Up and Win with Dr. Willie Jolley, the Motivational Minute with Dr. Willie Jolley, were born. And now they're helping people all over the world, giving you good news. So I recommend. And now you can get it, as I told you earlier, free. I'll send it to you free by email if you will go to winwithwillie.com and just sign up for my newsletter. I'll send you the 1 minute messages Monday through Friday, absolutely free. Every morning, we got one coming your way to inspire you, to help you get that positive thinking and that positive experience and atmosphere all around you so you can win more. So what do you got to do to have a successful day? Start your day with the pure, the powerful, the positive. And then make a point that every day you're going to be grateful. This is so powerful because gratitude impacts your attitude, and your attitude impacts your actions, and your actions impact your habits, and your habits will determine your destiny. Let me say it again. Your attitude, your state of mind, the way you think will impact your actions. Your actions will determine your habits, and your habits will determine your destiny. So it starts with what you put in your mind that impacts your attitude. So that is why you must make a point every day to put in the good, the powerful, the positive. Every day it impacts how you will think and how you will act and how you will live. What are you going to do with the rest of your life? I say it's now time to live the rest of your life with excellence and excitement and enthusiasm. I encourage you to know that good news is good for your spirit. Good news will help you grow. Are you ready to grow and go to the next level? I think about all the people I've met over the years who have impacted my life. I tell you one more. Bright Moments. Bright Moments was a guy, and I don't really even know his name. I'll read it to you. Years ago, I had the opportunity to meet a traveling musician who had a positive impact on me, even though I only had a few opportunities to talk to him. I didn't get to know him well. In fact, I don't even really know his real name, except that everyone called him Bright Moments. The reason they called him that was because he would always greet you by saying bright moments rather than hello. And he would leave you with the very same statement, bright moments, rather than saying goodbye. He was a very peaceful yet powerful presence. He would look you in the eye and he shook your hand with genuinity and sincerity and genuine and sincere interest. I was young and was impressed by this guy and learned how to greet and appreciate each person I had the opportunity to meet, because each person is special. In the sight of God, everyone is beautiful. I don't care what they look like on the outside, what color they are, whether they're in a wheelchair, whether they're walking, whether they're of any persuasion. They are beautiful in the eyes of God. Just from those bright moments with that gentleman, I was able to learn firsthand about treating others as I wanted to be treated. And as quickly as he came, he left, and I never saw him again. But I will always remember the impact, meeting him and his lessons and the lessons I learned to love life. Live life and treat others as you would like to live and be treated. Be grateful. Always be grateful, enthusiastic, and excited about life. And always share positive, uplifting greetings and salutations with others. Because as you water the plant of others, you cannot help but get some water on yourself. I send you forth with this thought. Go and have some bright moments. Go and realize you are blessed and highly favored. And say it. When people ask you how you're doing, don't say just making it. If I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all. Don't say those kind of things. Say fantastic. I'm grateful. Bright moments to you. Or as my friend Bobby used to say in the coffee shop where I'd go every day, he say, how are you? He say, peachy keen. Doing great. Lovely. Speak good into your life, into the life of others. It will have an impact. I'm telling you. Now, I want you to try something. I was on an interview and I shared this with somebody. Try this, a 30-day test. Try being positive 30 days. Try starting your day with the pure, the powerful, and positive, listening to my message. 30 days. Start by reading one of these 1-minute messages out of my book. It only takes a minute to change your life for 30 days. And after 30 days, email me and let me know if you saw any change. I bet you, I am confident you're going to see a change. Either you're going to be doing more, you're going to be achieving more, you're going to make more money, you're going to have more fun, you have a better marriage, whatever it is, try it. 30 days. Start off with the pure, the powerful, and the positive. Be grateful. Say, I'm grateful today, and read something positive, or listen to me every morning on these 1-minute messages. I promise you, you'll start to see greater success. Well, our time is up for the day. I want to thank you. I want to encourage you again to go to winwithwillie.com and sign up for the newsletter. I want to encourage you again today to go to jollymarriage.com. Get the free chapter when you go there, Jolly Marriage from the book. But if you go to jollymarriage.com/escape, ESCAPE, and register for the marriage seminar. You don't have to be married to attend. You just have to want to have a great relationship. So $49, and you get a $25 readable, downloadable, writable workbook as part of the deal. And if you go to jollygoodnews.org and you want to be a blessing to what we're trying to do to empower and inspire, uplift people, make a donation, whatever works for you. We've had people give everything from $1 to $10,000, and I'm grateful for every penny, because we've got a big work to do to try and bring good news to the world in many ways, every which way we can. If it will bless you, and it's been a blessing to you, help me to bless others. I want to thank you. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. You have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. It's forced upon you. You can't refuse it. You didn't seek it. You didn't choose it. But it's up to you to use it. You must suffer if you lose it. Give account if you abuse it. Just a tiny little minute. But your eternities are wrapped up in it. See you next Saturday. And remember, your best is yet to come. God bless you.